Thank you very much, GFSRD, and thank you very much, Dr. Janata, and all my fellow colleagues here. So I would like I'm architect Mustafa. I'm actually from Malaysia. I practice in Malaysia, and as a urban resilient consultant, I'm approaching agriculture from a land standpoint of view, and how we can actually make use of the current position of land as our way forward. So agriculture is actually the practice of farming, cultivation, and also using of the soil for growing of crops, right? And it has been going for 11,000 years. But the one we got the problem here is actually the global industrial of agriculture, which is only 60 years old. And this is where the problem starts. Before, we don't have this problem, but 60 years ago, we have got this problem. So, of course, as the previous speaker, doctor, said about the overgrowing of population and to fight with continuous supply of food, but is it so? So we need to question that back again, because maybe there's myths and there's also some realities that we need to understand. So I will go from the global point, then from there I'll go zoom in down to how Malaysia tries to handle it, and maybe it's one of ways of solution, but there are also other ways that we can do with current situation, because development has already taken in. So just like in most countries, in tropical countries, rice is actually our staple food. So the price has been increasing all the time, and it's almost reaching 130% from wherever it was actually first produced. So there must be a reason why our staple food increased so much, but we can only grow so much. So there must be a reason, and we need to understand that. That's why if you look at the diagram down in the yellow, we can only increase by about 5%, but the price increase goes up to about 130%. So we have to find a solution. And we need to understand that most of the agriculture now, when it becomes industrial, it requires an unsustainable levels of fossil fuel input. That means you put in all the chemicals, you put in all your petrol chemical to bring in from where you are to the agriculture space, and then unsustainable levels of water in excess of recharging rate. You have some places dry, some places too much of water. Then you also have got a lot of these uneconomical, sustainable farmers, in the sense that the consumer keep increasing, but the farming community keeps on decreasing. So we need to actually handle that too as well. Then we also got this some problem of environmental integrity, when people say opening up lands will solve this problem, but maybe it may not be so. But normally this feeding the food is mainly for the affluent people, but not for the underprivileged people. So we need to understand where this food is going. So we have an obligation and opportunity to do that. So there are some myths about how the imbalance between the smallholders agriculture and the big time industrial agriculture. So there is inequality there. A lot of things are being pushed to the high industrialized, but not to the smallholder farmers. You look there, in reality, you need to actually support the small scale farmers, and to make sure that food really have got the safety nets in order for them to actually be fed and also to feed other people. So this is why I said for 11,000 years, agriculture is okay. But when we come to industrial agriculture, you got a problem there. There's always not enough. There's always shortage. So we have to understand also about hunger. Hunger is, what type of food is in hunger? Not all, right? Maybe it's hunger because of the food that is actually above the normal scale of people's reach. So we need to understand that too. And then another part, just now I was saying that the disasters. So where we need to actually understand, and we need to also map out where the vulnerable lands, vulnerable agriculture positions, so that we know where it needs to be done. Then we have to also understand that most hunger exists when food is unavailable rather than not in supply. The supply is there, but doesn't reach to the market. So there is also the imbalance between the supply chain and also the logistics. So we need to actually look in that way. So a lot of people say hungry are in Africa, but not so, because half of people in Asia are also in hunger. So we cannot generalize that it's happening in Africa only. Then too many people go hungry, but in their own country, but when they go abroad, they're not hungry. So where is this inequality? We need to understand the reality about hunger, the very thing about hunger. Okay, so in order for us to do that, we need to actually map out, really map out where are the fertile agrarian land, where are the not fertile, and we need to have all this early warning system to actually tell us. Okay, so we need to balance out also that hunger is related to health. So a lot of people do not understand about hunger and also health. So we need to understand that too. And when hunger always happen during disasters, it doesn't happen during normal, how should I say, economic time. So we have to understand where we stand, where we also have the lands that can be used to cultivate agriculture. So in Malaysia, we have this physical planning. Okay, under this physical planning, even though it's in our own language, but they are actually emphasizing on agriculture. For the next 15 years, the country is going to move into agriculture, and they are looking at all this, ensuring water supply, the rice, looking for fertile area throughout the whole Malaysia, whether in Peninsula or East Malaysia. So the farming is also being emphasized in our 12 Malaysia plan for the next 5 years, and also our next budget. So under this, when we look at all these need, we are trying to ensure that there is equitable use of development in urban as well as rural for agriculture as well. So this is all some of the physical plans that we have for the next 15 years that is going to map us out where places that we can have agriculture. In Central Perak, where they have the massive flat land. In Selangor, they got the fruit bowl. In Johor, in Penang. So wherever there's population, we need to actually make sure that accessible to food is must be greatest of supply, especially now in COVID-19. So we need to have this maximize of food self-reliance. We need to reduce these GHG gases in order for us to plant and have more ecological footprint for agriculture, and improve natural habitats for soil, air, and water quality for agriculture to, how should I say, increase, and also to create good jobs in agriculture, because always agriculture is seen as a second class or second degree of profession. So now with this new type of people living in the cities, we are now creating people. The cities are no use without people. So that's why we go for urban farming. In Kuala Lumpur, we've got kebun bangsa. Then we plant places where it's under the power lines. So these are actually good and fast access to daily food, the leaps and bounds for animal rearing. So in the city, we are encouraging those things to be made. In planter box house, in terrace houses, people grow food in their house itself, so that it's also self-reliant on food especially during COVID system. So this is some of the way. In Indonesia, they also have got hotels that have got rooftop by the railings to actually plant trees. So now, as architecture moves into the city and also in rural areas, we now encouraging a lot of this urban farming, a lot of this planting on building, on the roofscape, on the walls, vertical farming. So this can supply for the area or within the neighborhood. So in Singapore too, in the hotels, they also have it. So this is another place in Europe. The waste to treatment, waste to energy plant is also being used as agriculture area. So this is why we need to actually double up whatever we have, and we need to answerable that cities are no use without people, and people can make it happen in the city for urban farming. So this is why I'm emphasizing that we really need to relook and be realistic of where we need to farm, rather than we just open up new lands, because yes, those are very scarce land. In Tokyo, in the smallest place, in the office, you can make food to grow. So that's my proposition, and for us to think about for the next 2 days. Thank you very much.